Hey guys, good to be here this week for the labs update. On the session team, we have been working on a few tasks internally. The primary one being disappearing messages, which is making good progress now. It's in QA on a few platforms. So on iOS, it's in QA. It's second round of QA technically. It went in last week, found a few issues. Now it's in its second round. So hopefully we will pick up a few of those issues and fix them up. That came up in the first round. So hopefully that'll be through soon on iOS. On Android, it is now in code review. So Harris will come back and have a look at it when he's back. It's just off a few days now. Once it goes through code review, it'll go into QA and we'll pick up any of the bugs that come up there. We are also working on closed groups, as I've been saying for a while now. So closed groups are split up into a number of chunks. So we have chunk 1, which is creating the group. Then we have chunk 2, which is sending all of the messages and well, it's not really sending the messages, more like member management. So kicking people, adding new members, that functionality. And then chunk 3 is like cleaning up chunk 1 and chunk 2. So it's a small chunk. We're finishing off chunk 1 now, or getting to the end stages. We're writing unit tests and stuff on most platforms. And chunk 2 will be about the same size as chunk 1. So we've got another big chunk to go. But yeah, hopefully everything will be moving along with chunk 1 soon and we can move on to chunk 2. There are also teams working on onboarding right now. So the iOS team has worked on chunk 1 of onboarding. That's done now. It's waiting to be QA'd, I believe, or maybe already has been QA'd. I'll check into that and give you an update next week. There's 2 chunks on onboarding. But chunk 1's done now. And also Android, having finished disappearing messages, is now working, or having put disappearing messages into code review, is now getting onto chunk 1 of onboarding as well. So yeah, lots of moving parts here and things are getting done at a very nice pace right now. And I think a lot of the work that we've put in to build up the project management side of things is now starting to come to fruition. And we can see that things have been kind of split up into smaller chunks. So yeah, that's on the session side. On the LokiNet side, we are also making very good progress as well. It's kind of getting to the stage where we're taking some of the old message types in LokiNet and kind of refactoring them to work with libquick properly. And the LokiNet team is getting closer and closer to the point where we can actually communicate between different LokiNet nodes using our new communications protocol and libquick, which we've been working on for a very long time. So yeah, although to the outside perspective, it may look like LokiNet's been quite stagnant, behind the scenes, we're making a lot of progress there. And hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to internally test that progress and past that point, actually be able to kind of release some things to the community to show that what we've been working on. On the Oxen core side of things, we are also making good progress. We are getting helped a lot by some Ethereum advisors that we've brought on board to the team who are helping us with some of the stuff that we haven't been fully across, like account abstraction, different ERC standards in terms of how you look at tokens and stuff like that, which is fantastic. And we are also making very good progress on the communication library that we've been building out called Ethel. And we, I think just this week, got to the point where in a test scenario, we can have nodes that produce signatures. We're able to aggregate those signatures and communicate those to the EVM smart contract for validation. We're not at the point where everything is completely integrated, but we're getting closer to that point. And I think we're now taking some of the test code that we've been developing over the last couple months and building production smart contracts and production kind of software from that. So yeah, all of the prototyping work that we've been doing over the past couple of months is starting to be very useful now as we come into the kind of production phase of things. And there's a bunch of other stuff. Libsession, for example, there's a lot of work going on there to add in additional functionalities and to pad out the closed group stuff, and also some communication libraries behind the scene too that are being developed. But yeah, that just about wraps us up for this week on the dev section. I'll hand it over to Josh for the next section. Thanks, guys.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another week in marketing land. So last week we did a lot of strategizing around videos, specifically around our YouTube, because we're just thinking about how things are going to look after the transition to session token, how the YouTube is going to look, and how we're going to categorize videos. So the plan that we're going to go with is we're thinking about consolidating everything into the one session channel, and then having separate playlists, for the separate videos that we do, depending on which product or which category. That's how we're going to categorize things. And we think that's going to be the best way to grow our audience going forward. And also that consolidation works really nicely with the way that everything is consolidating to the one session ecosystem anyway. So it makes a lot of sense going down that way. So we're in the process of getting that transitioned over now early. We also finished some edits and some socials on a couple videos that will be dropping very shortly. So keep your eyes peeled for those videos going forward. We've also been trialing different ways to improve our discoverability on Mastodon, as well as working with other third-party companies in creating new session content to go out for people to see. Also on the session token front, we've been working really closely with the creative agency that we've got to do with the branding and coming up with the new session token branding. We're really close to wireframing up and drafting up the website as well, which is pretty exciting. So all of that stuff is moving forward really nicely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what was going on in the last week in marketing land. You guys stay sexy, and I'll see you next time on the internet.